Welcome to another episode of Dox'n Reality, and I'm your host, Mr. Paradox. There we go. and this mic is known to just randomly cut off at the oddest time, so I got to keep track of that. But without further ado, let's get right on into the content you came to see.
New tonight, backlash against a local business after a clerk was caught on camera yelling that he hates the black community, now getting change in the community.
Now, why would he say that? Why would he say some shit like that? Why would he risk his business?
It's all playing out at the Exxon gas station on Flat Shoals Road in Gresham Park. The owner of the convenience store at the center of racial controversy last month is now selling his business.
And the deed to the property could end up in the hands of a man who led a boycott outside that store for months. Our Zach Summers live in East Atlanta with this story. Zach, good evening.
Yeah, the man who led that boycott here at the Exxon behind me for the last 2 months says that they wanted to send a clear message that the community would no longer tolerate being disrespected. The owner of the store says it's just no longer worth fighting over. After 66 days of nonstop demonstrations outside
66 days, okay.
the Exxon Mobil off Flat Shoals Road, organizer Joe Jones is pleased that the owner is planning to sell.
We've sent a clear message that we will no longer tolerate disrespect.
Protests started in mid-October after a store.
Yeah, they cut that nigga off quick. They really didn't want him to say like shit about none of that.
Clerk was caught on camera saying this. The store's owner apologized, but Jones
Nah, nigga, you said what you said. Ain't no taking that shit back.
says protests continued because of alleged racism and abusive behavior customers claim to have experienced at the store over the years.
It is, in fact, a
And it took y'all this long?
privilege to get black dollars.
This week, the owner, Raheem Sivji, signed an agreement motioning to sell the property with an option for Jones to buy. As a result, Jones agreed to end the demonstrations.
Well, he got money out your ass, so he didn't really lose.
They tried to put me out of the business.
In a
And
phone call with CBS 46, Sivji called Jones's tactics harassment, adding that he lost 70% of revenue during the protest.
like I said, he don't give a fuck about the black neighborhood, but you're getting all your money running that shit in there. But on the side, on the other side of that coin, I'm figuring he would say that because, black folks come up in there and, you have a bunch of thugs. It look like it's in a lower income part of town. Motherfuckers come up in there stealing shit and all that, just disrespecting, calling them all types of shit. So after a while, I get fed up too. Because typically that's also the story with a lot of these gas stations and, run by foreigners and black neighborhoods. That's typically the case too. So you can't even say shit about that.
It got to the point over here where I'm just thinking either if I have to save my life or save my store. I'm saying, okay, hell with my store, I want to save my life.
Jones says the demonstrators wanted to show how relentless.
But then again, if they try to run a gas station in their own community, it probably won't do so well. Or does it? I don't know. Because you don't see bodegas and all this shit in white communities. They like, nah, take that shit on somewhere else. Or they just don't shop there and you gon' like white folks like, man, we got international corporations. What the fuck we need this small shit for?
They could be in their fight for fair treatment.
This is a perfect opportunity to take this situation and try to promote a situation of black ownership.
I wouldn't exactly put too much stake in that because niggas don't support niggas. Let's just be real. You open up your business and you from that neighborhood, motherfuckers gonna go right across the street to the Mexicans or the Arabs because you charging too much, even though it's a fair price.
Now, Jones says he would like to own the store if he can raise enough money.
And to add on to that, even if it's a black-owned business and your prices are lower than the competition, you can't win. If your prices are fair, they're gonna ask for a discount, which is gonna start fucking you up with your overhead. But if you lower the prices, they're gonna go to somewhere else, but like, man, your price is that low, it must be something wrong with it. So you can't win with niggas. You can't. And then they might ask for a further discount, but like, man, I don't know where you got this. Somebody just give me another discount and I'll think about it.
A mediator between the two parties says no matter who becomes the new owner, he will recommend that person sit down with black community leaders so a situation like this doesn't happen again. Live in East Atlanta, Zach Summers, CBS 46 News.
Thank you, Zach.
Number 4. Number 3. Number 2. Number 1.
And notice how uniform they are. Yeesh. They got them motherfuckers trained like artificial intelligent robots. They are not playing up over there. In China, yeah, they got the filters on deck, the iPhones on deck. Yeah, they not playing.
Number.
Is that on there twice? If that's so, need to skip that. Yeah, they not.
What's good, people? Uncle Hood's back at it again. Real quick video. I know I've done my share of Black Lives Matter videos and how, Joe Biden just told him, give him an ass to kiss, this, that, and the third, Patrice Coolers, getting Kohlers, whatever her goddamn name is, getting a Hollywood deal. But now the streets are saying they got $10 billion. They raised $10 billion. 10 B's, not 10 million, billion. That's what the streets are saying. What could $10 billion do to these underdeveloped communities, these underdeveloped schools, these food deserts?
I think they already know.
What could $10 billion do? In my opinion, that could solve a lot of things. Damn near all of that. You know what I'm saying? Food doesn't. Computers for new school. New school. You build like a couple schools with it. Like 4, 5, 10. I don't know how much money you think costs school. 1.5, 2? Not 10 billion. Every shine in America could go to a brand new school. But guess what happened? It didn't go nowhere. It went right in Joey B's pocket. Joey B. Why did I never think of Joey B?
Just like how much money did they raise for Haiti after that earthquake? And where did all that money go? I think we know the answer to that. The Clintons got that shit, and they just living off that. They gonna be living off that forever.
Joey B from Delaware. Oh my gosh. It went right to get him elected. I never seen such buffoonery. I got the lights off, shine these kids' face. Pick up the youngest. Got some tacos. Taco Tuesday. Also got some jalapenos. Some Guatemalan place. Diana? Diana! Whoa.
And I don't want to rush that video, but I think y'all get the point. Pretty much, Black Lives Matter got 10 billies. Where the fuck did all that go? And I really got to start asking the question of, do these organizations really raise as much money as they say they're raising? And where are they raising all this money from? Because there's no way in hell a small sector of the population is raising that much that fast, and it's just vanishing like that. There has to be some infusion of money from billionaires. Like, isn't it just crazy that right before World War II, like, you didn't hear about no damn $1 billion like that. And the only time the first time you heard the word billion was from was the Manhattan Project, and that was for the development of nuclear bombs or atomic bombs, however you want to use it. That was the first time you heard of some shit like that. And now every day we're hearing about billions just being just a billion ain't shit no more is what they're saying. Like billionaires being created every other day or some shit like that. Like how are they just doing this shit in assets or are we talking about cash here? That's a question we need to be asking. But yeah, where the fuck did all of it go?
Apple iPhones, laptops, TVs, watches, and now cell.
And that last video was pretty long. I'm pretty sure y'all got the message from the first couple of minutes. So I ain't want to like string y'all along too long with that.
Self-driving cars. Sources familiar with the matter told Reuters that Apple hopes to make one of their own by 2024. The company has been trying to develop a self-driving car since 2014, efforts it called Project Titan. But it's been set aside and reprioritized several times since then. Most recently, Doug Field, who also worked at Tesla, returned in 2019 to head the project. Under his direction, Apple aims to build the car.
That's what will be known as corporate espionage
For personal use, unlike rival Alphabet's Waymo, which is focused on robo-taxis. That's according to two anonymous sources, as Apple's plans are not yet public. A third source says its monocell battery design will set this car apart from its competition. They say the unique blueprint could, quote, radically reduce the cost of their cars and increase their range. Apple declined to comment on its plans or future products, but Reuters sources say the company will likely face delays to 2025 or later because of supply chain and challenges tied to the global health crisis.
Self-driving cars. Do y'all trust that shit? We've all seen movies where anything that's driven by smart technology has the ability to turn on you. I mean, we've seen iRobot. I'm pretty sure we've all seen Terminator at this point. Come on, man. They giving you warning as to what would happen with this. We seen that movie Stealth. The jet got too smart for his own good and started attacking the humans. But yet we're still going full speed ahead with the AI because it can improve our lives. I think that's a lie. But taxi drivers and truck drivers and all that shit, because best believe if Apple perfects this, they're gonna cut out truck drivers a lot. Then they're gonna have the self-driving, self-unloading features, so pretty much humans are not gonna even be needed to offload that shit. Probably within the next 20 years, if America is still around and all the people haven't been hauled off to FEMA camps and all that shit. But speaking the truth, if we're still here, then it's gonna be some shit. Like humans might not be working within the next 20 to 30 years. And then that universal basic income might actually be a thing. And then, the microchips and all that shit. I wasn't trying to turn it into a doom and gloom video, but that's just the nature. By 2024, possibly 25. I don't know. All I'm asking is, are y'all trusting this shit? I wouldn't.
New tonight.
But yeah, that's all I got for this episode. So leave your comments, leave a like, dislike, and share the video if you enjoyed the content. But Mr. Paradox, over and out.